everybody. Welcome to a special bonus episode of the Geriatric Millennials, where Jayme and myself, Beth, are going to be telling you some of our favorite fall, autumn, scary Halloween movies.
Yes.
Very excited. So this is our definitive playlist. If you disagree, you are wrong. Okay, I shouldn't say that, but these are just shows that we think you should watch this holiday season. So
yeah,
we're just going to rapid fire them at you. And if we love them a lot, we'll tell you a little bit about them. And if not, you'll just get to have a new little adventure in your Netflix queue.
Okay. Let's do this.
Okay. My first one is The Worst Witch Ever. Okay. It's about a little girl named Mildred who's a horrible witch, but ends up saving the day. Very good. You got to watch, there's a TV series and there's a movie. You got to watch a movie from the 80s.
Okay.
And it is amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we decided we were going to do this episode and we were going to make a list of favorite scary movies. And so I wrote underneath that, none. Because I don't like scary movies. I don't like being scared and I don't like scary movies. So then it was really challenging to try to recall movies. So my list is real short, but the one that came to mind, this isn't even spooky.
Yeah, that's fine.
But it's just like make you jump out of your chair kind of thing. And the one that I could think of was Jurassic Park.
Oh my gosh. Jayme.
Because
did not understand the assignment.
No, I don't. And honestly, I don't remember movies or watch hardly any movies anymore. But I think that I did have another one that just came to mind while you were talking. So I'm so curious about your list. Your list is going to be longer than mine.
What's the one you just remembered? It's gone now.
Oh, no. It's a show. It's a show. No, I'm going to save it. I'm going to go after yours.
So another show I love, there's a theme here. It's called The Witches, starring Angelica Houston from the 80s, about this boy that discovers that there are witches in this world and they go after children. And so
that sounds so creepy.
It's super creepy and wonderful. So very good. He gets turned into a mouse. It's terrifying, but just the right level of terrifying for a kid or me.
Okay. Well, okay. So we watched Hocus Pocus last weekend.
Nice.
I don't get it. I do not understand why.
I do not want to be your friend anymore.
I knew you were going to say that. But honestly, I was like, why is there hype about this movie? I don't understand it. I do not understand it. I'm like, this was a really dumb movie. Yes.
Blasphemy. Oh my gosh.
It's so dumb. And I was like, well, sorry guys. Like when we watched it and I was like, well, I didn't really apologize, but I was like, just not impressed. It's just not my genre. It is not. Okay. But I did hear that the second one is better. So I'm still willing to watch the Hocus Pocus 2. But no, I was just like, I'm
aghast. I just want to say, people, my heart is breaking.
But why? Like, I don't understand.
It's so fun. Well, and you got to think too, some of those movies are movies that you need to see in certain phases of your life, right?
Which I did not.
Which you didn't.
Because I'm seeing it now as a geriatric millennial.
So I watched it when I was like in 7th
grade.
And so I was just a little bit above the key range, but the kids in the movie were still older than me. So there was elements. It was just fun. Like the singing was fun. I Put a Spell on You, Bette Midler.
I like Bette Midler.
Bette Midler at the time was huge still. So it's just
really like Bette Midler. She was the best part of that movie. Yeah. But I was also just like, this movie's so dumb.
But it's like dumb fun. You know what I mean? It's like, in a world of scary Halloween movies that are hard to watch because they're so terrifying, it's like a light movie for the most part, other than sucking the souls out of children. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Hocus Pocus is on my list. And Hocus Pocus 2.
Okay.
Another witch movie. There's also this movie called Return to Oz, which is a story about Dorothy returning to Oz.
Okay.
And it is freaking terrifying. They have these monkeys on like roller skates. So their hands they're always holding roller skates. So they're kind of hunched over. There's a terrifying like jack-o'-lantern scarecrow thing. There's a witch and she takes her head off. And it's just like, it was so scary, but so good.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I also like 3. And then the other movie I like to watch too, which stars the same actress, is The Craft that came out in the 90s. They have a remake, but the 90s is the classic. And I always say this girl's name right. Her name's like Faraza Balak. That is not right. That is not right. And I'm so sorry that I do not remember how to pronounce her name. But she was in a lot of these witch movies. But The Craft was just like quintessential 90s girl. Like so good. chokers, plaid skirts, summoning, stuff. So that was a good one.
So here's one that I watched recently that I feel kind of has spooky vibes, but it's more like a mystery.
Okay.
And I liked it. It's Only Murders in the Building.
Oh, okay.
That's a show.
It's a show.
What? What? Why are you making that face?
I'm just Jurassic Park and Only Murders in the Building are my spooky season shows. I just love it. It's just it's on par for Jayme.
I don't have any, honestly. And now I'm like, ooh, what did I watch when I was a kid? And I remember watching like Edward Scissorhands and Beetlejuice.
Oh, that's a good one. Those are two good ones.
I don't remember them.
Okay.
Now, like I haven't. It's been so long. It's been since I was a kid that I watched them, so now I don't feel like I can rely on that memory. And I feel like if I watch it now, I'll just be like the same experience that I had watching.
Funny that you picked both those movies who star Winona Ryder.
I didn't even know that.
Both of which do.
Really?
So secretly you're a Winona stan. Those are great. Those are actually two really great spooky season shows.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I used to like watching Beetlejuice the cartoon.
Oh, okay. Wow. Mm-hmm. You're hardcore.
Mm-hmm.
Impressive. Okay, I have a classic by the name of Teen Witch. Teen Witch is an amazing movie. So it stars this girl, and it's actually Blake Lively's sister.
Oh.
I loved her. She was fabulous. There's a girl named Louise, and she's a big old nerd. And she finds out when she turns 16, because that's when you're 16 is when you get your magical powers. I was very sad when I turned 16 to get nothing. I was like, I didn't even get a car. I got a loofah on a stick. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Anyway, not bitter at all. Anyway, but she finds out she has these powers. And so one of her wishes, and she casts this spell to become popular. And so it's just this whole thing about her journey to popularity and what does that mean? And there's some amazing like makeover reveals in that show. And then one of the best rap battles of all time. I'm hot and you're not. So, I mean,
oh my gosh, I need to watch this.
Yeah, it's corny. I mean, beyond corny 80s, whatever, but it's so good. So yes, you should totally watch it. It used to play on repeat on the Disney Channel. It does have one very intense makeout scene though that I did not realize because the channel I watched was an edited version. Oh. And then I saw the real version watched. I'm like, there's a lot of tongue happening very up close for a children's show, but so good.
Oh,
Louise Miller. Yeah.
Okay.
So good. Okay. Do you have any others?
Well, I have one that I want to watch.
Okay.
But I haven't watched it yet. But what I want to do is read the books first. And that is the Twilight series.
Oh, nice. I had Twilight on my list.
Okay. So I still haven't read them, but I want to. And then I will watch them.
Some people knock the Twilight series. It's good for what it is. You know what I mean? It's entertaining for what it is. So if you're trying to make it something it's not, you're going to be like, this is stupid, blah, blah.
Well, I still have on my list to watch Practical Magic too, because I read the book and I still...
That's on my list.
Yeah.
It's so good. I've mentioned it a couple times. Yes. I love Practical Magic. I also love this film. It's more recent called Devil. And basically, it's by one of my favorite screenwriters. And the premise is these people get into this elevator and... they're on the elevator with the devil and the devil's judging them and like knocking them out one by one. And so they're trying to figure out who it is. It is like one of those movies. If I had a count of how many times I've watched it, it's way too many.
Really?
Because it's
what
one
is
of the
movies. Devil?
It's called Devil. And it's, I love, it's like a 90-minute film too. It's really short, to the point, great writing, great acting. Like it's not too much. It's not too little. It's just like, all right, I get down with this. And it's one of those shows that like, for me, my brain likes to lob onto things like, this is a great movie to work to. So it's something I can put on and I just know it and I can just knock stuff out. So I love that. I also love this movie called Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. And so it's an old black and white starring Betty Davis and Joan Crawford as sisters. Okay. And one of them, Joan Crawford, plays this. She was like a Hollywood actress. And Betty Davis was her sister she was a child star, but then that kind of flatlined. And then the sister like becomes this big celebrity. And then there's this horrible accident. And so the younger sister, I think, is now taking care of her. And there's just a lot of family trauma. And it is terrifying and wonderful.
Really?
It's so good. Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. So delicious.
Never heard of it.
It's so good.
So I think that my genre is more suspense.
Yeah.
So if I was going to watch something that I would consider scary, it would be suspenseful.
Okay.
And that's
like Silence of the Lambs suspenseful.
I don't even know if I've ever seen that.
Oh my gosh. I wish I had your life experience so I could watch all these movies again for the first time and just be like, wow.
I don't even know if I have, honestly. I probably blocked it out. I don't like those things. So I know. So here's the thing. Mm-hmm. My husband tells me that I watched The Ring.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's one to block out. So you're okay.
I don't even remember it. Yeah. And apparently I watched it and I watched The Ring 2 or something.
Oh, wow.
But I don't remember it.
I feel like you wouldn't be into it. And then you would just be like, eh.
No, I would not be into it.
Yeah. I have to say, Harry Potter is another good one to watch this time of year.
Yes.
But I also find Harry Potter is a good one to watch during the entire holiday season, like from Halloween through Christmas. And then I watch it year round. It's my go to sleep show. So I love Harry Potter. And then last but not least, I watched a new show. This new movie came out on Netflix just at the end of October. And it's called The School of Good and Evil. And it's based on a book series, which I'd never heard of. And I saw the ads for it actually on TikTok, which I am officially being very influenced by TikTok at this point. And so I didn't realize it was on last night, and I gotten some snacks and whatever at the grocery store, and I got home and it was on, and I was like, my favorite thing to do is watch a good movie, crisscross applesauce with some snacks. Oh my gosh. It did not. And it was a long movie. It was like 2.5 hours, which is like, but sometimes it's better to have a long movie than it is to have like an 8-part series.
Right.
And so it was a longer movie. Charlize Theron, Kerry Washington, Lawrence Fishburne, like all these like amazing actors. And then these young actresses that were so good. Actually, one of the leading girls, she was from, I think she was the original Lydia Dietz from Beetlejuice on Broadway.
Okay.
I mean, just talented cast. And it was just like thoroughly entertaining. It was by one of my favorite directors. Like I was just like I didn't pick up my phone for the entire 2.5 hours, which is a miracle. Impressive. And I'm just watching it. And at one point I was just like in the story. It was just so fun to watch. And I really liked it, and I highly recommend it. And it was
what is
safe.
It called? The Good and Evil?
The School for Good and Evil, or something like that.
Oh.
And it's like one you could watch with your family because there's not really anything that's like, there's no sexiness.
Yeah.
There's some fighting, but none of it's gory.
Yeah.
And it had some nice and some cliche like lessons learned type of thing, but it was really good. And the lead actress, she is so beautiful, which it kind of made me mad because she clearly is like a minority. She looks to me, she's part black, but I don't want to assume anybody's whatever. But like she's called ugly throughout, and she's just so beautiful. And it was just like that kind of irked me. I know that's the plot of the story. It was just like for me, representation really matters. And when I was a little kid, there was not a lot of representation in any movies, let alone scary movies, other than the black guy getting killed pretty quick, so just to see anything that's in any fantasy, and it's fantasy. So it's like to any time you see representation like that, I'm just like so excited. And it was just a great movie. And I'm like, this is going to be on repeat. I can just feel it this season. So
that's cool. Anyway. I just thought of 2 more.
Oh,
so one of them I haven't seen in so many years, but I really want to watch it with my family. And that is Anne of Green Gables.
Oh,
I feel like that is a fall movie.
I mean, again,
it's not spooky.
It's outside of but yes, it's a good show.
Oh my gosh.
Set primarily in the summer.
No, but it's in the fall because she talks about October
I'm just messing with
everything. You. Okay. And then this other one, I think it would be in this category. And that is The Mysterious Benedict Society.
Yes.
That was a really good series. Good. And we watched it as a family, and my kids all really enjoyed it. And it is kind of a little bit spooky and mysterious, just like the title. So
I love that series, and season 2 is coming out soon. So I'm so excited.
Oh, and of course, Stranger Things. Are you kidding me? How could we not mention that?
I feel like that's obvious. That's like Jason and
I
all
don't
those
know
shows.
Though. I mean, yeah, it probably is, but I will. Hey, I get to claim that one.
Yes. Yep. Stranger Things. I feel like the very first season came out around Halloween. I'm pretty sure.
Probably.
And then the second season, it was Halloween when they were doing it. So yeah. Anyway. Yeah, so there's just so many good. I think what's great is there's so many spooky stories or suspenseful stories or great movies
or
to
just
watch.
Like family friendly, like Anne of Green Gables.
But there's all this stuff that is very appropriate for this time of the year that doesn't have to be like bloody slasher.
Yeah.
So scary that you're, pooping your pants and like having to cover your eyes. And, when I watched The Ring, I screamed so loud. And my poor friend, I think I clawed their arm and I had to watch it through my fingers with the blanket. Like that to me is like not the fun kind of scary. Cause it's like you can't enjoy, for me, I can't enjoy it then.
No.
And I don't know. It's just nice to have some stuff that's like fantasy and wonderful and in the spooky realm, but without having, again, to make you so scared.
And like you don't want to go to sleep, or you have to lock your door and you're scared that there's,
or you have to check all the locks in your house. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Is that part of The Ring? I can't even remember it.
I can't remember. I've blocked a lot of it out.
And then we watched, I remember one with like this creepy girl in a dress with long hair.
That was The Ring. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Though honestly, some of the scariest movies I've ever seen are like Korean horror films and like Japanese horror films.
Oh.
Another level. I was just like, you know what? After high school, I was like, I'm not made for this. I'm not. I'm too susceptible to like keeping this in my mind's eye for too long.
Yeah.
And being afraid to take showers. So no. Anyway, so happy spooky season.
Yes.
Hope you get to watch something fun and get just enough scared.
Hey, this is Jayme from the Geriatric Millennials. Did you know there are a few simple things you can do to help our podcast grow? If you're enjoying our show, please take a minute to rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts or the provider of your choice. You can also follow us on Instagram at the Geriatric Millennials, or even better, share an episode with your friend. If you do that for us, it really helps us out, and we so appreciate your support.